Hi everyone, I'm back again, not in my usual setting of a lake unfortunately. First off, I hope you're all well and safe. There is a lot of bad stuff going on in the world at the moment, so I hope you're all staying home, staying safe and not missing fishing too much. Over the last sort of few days or so, because it's Easter and Jack's been at home from work, we've really gotten into like watching fishing YouTube videos, fishing DVDs, playing fishing games on the Xbox. Like even my mum and dad have been sitting downstairs watching like Terry Hearn and people like that. So I think we're all missing fishing quite a lot. But watching these videos kind of brought to my attention something that I've been putting on my to-do list, and I keep pushing it down the list because I haven't had time to do it. And one of the videos I was watching was someone making their own bait. And I do actually do this, so I've made my own pop-ups before, and I did roll some of my own like hard bottom bait, stuff like that. The ones I use the most are the 16mm pop-ups, and I actually run out of them, and they have brought me lots of succession over the last year or so fishing. So what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to do a video running you through how I make my own pop-ups, which have given me a lot of success, kind of my method, what I put in them, kind of what I do, so that if any of you are stuck in isolation, have anything like this lying around, then you can do it. And the good thing is it's a 1 egg mix, so I know eggs are of a shortage at the moment, but if you only want to make, say, one colour, say white, you only need 1 egg, and I'm sure everyone can spare 1 egg to make some bait so that when they come out of isolation they can go fishing, because I think the thrill of catching on the bait you've rolled yourself is a lot more than the thrill of catching on just some bait you've got out your freezer. So yeah, follow along with me, and yeah, we'll see what we can do.
So like I said, this mix only requires 1 egg. So once you've cracked 1 egg into a large mixing bowl, then add your colourings, your liquids, any other things that you want to add into your pop-ups. So for this, I'm using 1/4 teaspoon of yellow colouring from Mainline. I'm then adding 1/2 teaspoon of Activate Activator, 2 drops of embutyric acid. I find 2 is enough because embutyric is really strong and it stinks. And then finally you want to add around 6, maybe more drops of black pepper oil. Give it a really good whisk, make sure there's no lumps from the food colouring and that the yolk is broken, the whole lot's mixed together nicely. And then you want to start adding in your Polaris mix so that you can start forming like a paste. You want it to not be sticky and start to stick to your hands. And you want it to be a bit like Play-Doh really, so you can break it apart, roll it. You don't want to overwork this or it becomes dry. You want to just add a bit of that bit by bit and you will eventually get your Play-Doh like texture. So once you've got your mix, you want to clean a worktop for you to work on, and I just use a little bit of light spray oil just so that the mix doesn't stick to the side. It's a bit like when you use flour when you're baking. So yeah, I've just used a little tiny bit of spray oil. You want to start by taking just a little tiny bit, like a chunk of your mix off of the main bulk. And then I'm not using a gun to roll out the sausages for this. I'm using a sausage roller because I just find it works a little better for this mix. So I'm breaking a bit up, I'm rolling it. You don't want your sausage to be too thick, or instead of your pop-ups being round, they're a bit more oval shaped and they tend to stick together. So once you've done the sausage, you want to roll it using the roller, and then you should have like perfectly round, if not near perfect, pop-up shapes. Once they are rolled, you just want to put them into a simmering pot of hot water and leave them well, it depends. So for the really bright yellow ones, I cook them for about 2 to 3 minutes because I found that was long enough for them to cook and I didn't want the colour to wash out too much. And then for like the washed out kind of colours, I left them for about 4 minutes just because then it takes out a little bit more of the colour and they are a little bit more washed out. Don't worry if when they're cooking they look a bit pale. Once they dry, the colour does come back to them. And you want to make sure that they're going onto something where they can drip dry. So I'm using just a box upside down with holes in it, just so that you can put them on top and they can just dry out nicely.
Oh, they're good. Oh, they're in. Oh god, appreciation for how round they are. They're hand rolled. Look at them. There you go. They are the finished products. Jack even got involved and made his own ones with a bit of gold seal. And yeah, I've got a mixture of pink, yellow and like a washed out yellowy white. And Jack's got yellow, so success.